Hey, look, I want to help people have a successful business, the most successful business possible. And one thing I want to say will hinder us from having a successful business. It's a difference between a good business and a business that's making a lot of money. Because see, you can go out as a solo man. You could go out as a solo man and make $175,000 a year by yourself as a solo man. You could do that. But if you go out and try to do too much, if you try to just overwork and try to over hustle and all you worry about is that dollar, and you start lacking other things that go along with having a great successful business, you will fail. You will fail simply because it'll start getting to points where it's crunch time, and when you making that kind of money, that means you really putting some grind in. You really grinding if you making $175,000 a year. It's very, very, very possible as a solo man to make $175,000 a year. But you gonna get to a point where you gonna get overloaded. You gonna get overloaded, it's gonna be crunch time, and guess what? You gonna start lacking something that stops you from being a great, successful, wonderful business. I don't care what you think or what you say about it. You can act like you already know the stuff and already got everything figured out, but I'm telling you, it's something that you can lack, and that'll slow you down. And that's taking your time and being able to go through and do efficient, proficient work. I think the scenery is bothering y'all, and this might not help understand. So let me change the scenery a little bit. All right, welcome class to Kingdom's Lawn Care office, and get your notebooks and your paper out, because like I told you, we're gonna change the scenery and we're gonna walk through. And what we got today, we got a couple of things wrote down. And like I said in the video, before I change the scenery, I just wanted to say, yes, it is very possible that you can grow a real nice sized business, a real profitable business, running a solo route. So I'm Professor Jarvis. I don't cut grass. I just teach the class. All right. So you can run a real profitable professional, a real profitable solo man business. You can make up more than $160,000. It's pretty easy to do. But what I want to warn the followers and the viewers in this video, what I want to warn you about are the things that I've seen people run into, the quality that I've seen lost, and that's one of the number one things that we want to talk about today. So the first thing we're going to talk about, we're going to talk about the bigger company. We're going to talk about the bigger company that's making, and I'm calling it a company, but the bigger man, the bigger solo man that's making $160,000 plus. Am I knocking him? No, sir. Am I hating on him? No, sir. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why. But the bigger man that got a whole lot of properties, and it's this simple math. Now, all these numbers are what I run for my area, and like prices and stuff like that. I don't know what everybody charge, but and I put an average price ranging around $70 to $75. And the reason I done that, because I start my prices minimum $60, and they go up to $100, $150. We have some of those properties. Like I say, this may not be for your area, but for around here, this is the simple math. So what I done, I took this. One man in my area, if he work hard enough, he can mow 85 properties. He can mow 85 properties a week. Let's just say at an average, I didn't say every property is $70, but some may be 60, some may be 80, some may be 100. An average of $70 per property. He mow those properties 28 times, that's weekly. He mow those properties 28 times annually. That'll give him, if one property is $70, That'll give him $1,960. Times 85 clients will give you $166,000. $166,000. That is very possible for that man to do. But in order for that man to do that, that man that's having to mow those yards, he will have to work at least 12-hour days, 5-6 days a week. But this is the thing. When you start, yes, that is possible, and I don't want to run my business like that, but when you start mowing 85 properties as a solo man, you could chase the money, but you can't get too caught up on just the money, because we out here and we want to take care of our name, and we want to do this stuff to make our customers happy, you know, to keep clients happy, and to make these properties just all around look beautiful. So when you start cutting this many properties, and I'm telling you from experience, when you start doing that many properties, you either gonna have to hire somebody, but if you don't want to hire nobody and all you worried about is this down here, if that's all you worry about is that money, how much money you can make, you're going to start losing something. And the thing that you're going to start losing is called quality. Quality is something that's so important that you don't want to lose. Well, I can still keep quality. Let me tell you something that 100%, as long as you run a business. What's up, babe? Where you going? No, not right now. That's shooting a video. You can't come through my office. I'm in class right now, baby. Just wait a minute, all right? So, I'm speaking from experience. As long as you run, it may not happen to you right now. It may not happen to you 3 months from now or 6 months from now. You may be able to get by the whole next year. It's possible. But sooner or later, what's going to happen is you're going to have a rain, like a couple of days straight of rain. And what's going to happen when all that rain start coming? And you're going to have to start missing properties and putting them off because they too wet to cut. You're going to have people start calling you, hey, John's lawn care, when you are coming to cut my grass? My grass need cutting. Okay. So then, now, you wasn't able to cut Monday. You wasn't able to cut Tuesday. Let's just say 2 days. You wasn't able to cut Monday and Tuesday because it just drenched the ground with rain. Okay, so now you got to give it Wednesday to dry out. It may be a few of them that you could do Wednesday. Let's just say you was able to do 10 Wednesday. So now, in order to get back, I run mine a real tight schedule, and we're going to do a video on a tight schedule. But let's just say you got 75 properties that you got to get done before the week start back up next Monday. 75 properties. That's very hard to do to get caught back up. And you know what you're going to do when you start going to them properties? And this is why I'm so against having so many properties as a solo man. Because you're going to start going to them properties, and the only thing you're going to be thinking about, man, I got to hurry up and get this done. And then the first thing is going to leave is this right here, quality. You're going to start leaving quality behind because all you know, I got to hurry up, get to this property, do as much as I can, as fast as I can, and I need to get on to the next one. And then in the midst of that, you start losing your quality, and then the customer's not happy, the customer's not satisfied, and yeah, you might be making this, but then guess where your name start going? John Lawn Care. I hope ain't none of y'all John's Lawn Care out there. John LC. John Lawn Care name start going right down to poop. John Lawn Care going down to poop. Because now, when Miss Sarah looking for somebody, and she be like, oh, Susan, who cut your grass? She gonna be like, well, John was cutting it, but he be rushing. He just be too busy. He can't never get to me. All right. So, boom. Now, I want to talk about the small guy. I want to talk about the guys that run, the solo guys that run a small business. And this is where I love. This is where I chase to be now. Smaller business. take $75 on average. $75. Yes, I did do a little bit more than I did down here. But the thing is, my average is probably a little bit more than $75. But $75 times 28 services give you $2,100. $2,100 times 50 clients. Times 50 clients give you $105,000 a year. Now, what that does not include is mulch, lead, rock job, land. Well, let's just put landscaping. That'll cover pine, straw, rock, mulch, plants. We'll put landscaping. All that extra stuff, cleanups, like big cleanup jobs, all your reactive work. See, because recurring, I'm gonna take y'all this, and this is important. Like I said, y'all need to have your pen and your paper, your notebooks. Because I didn't know this. Recurring work is work that comes constantly. In other words, mowing. Mowing is recurring. Reactive work is work that comes outside of that recurring work, outside of what you do regularly. So if somebody say, hey, I need you to trim my trees on my property, that's reactive work. But your mowing, which you go and you do every week, that's recurring. But anyway, outside of all this, just mowing and you know your basics and stuff like that, well, I kind of include shrub trimming and spraying the weeds and the cracks and stuff like that. I include that in my price. But anyway, $105,000 a year. And what this gives you is easy to get caught up. So let's go down the list. Quality. The quality of a small business, because it is easy to get caught up after the rain, because you're not stressed and worried and always trying to hustle, you able to take your time after the rain and get caught back up, because you're not going to fall way far behind. Guess what? You're going to have quality. You're going to have happy people. You're going to have customers that are happy. Your family going to be happy. Your wife, your spouse going to be happy. All right, your cost, your profit. Your profit is going to be good. And then you are able to charge more because you're not trying to get 85 customers. So you're able to charge more. So it's easy to cap out at 50 customers a whole lot quicker than it is 75. So when you do get to 50, it's not to the point that, hey, I don't want no more customers. Then it turns into, well, I don't really want to have a lot more customers, so I'll raise the price on this one. And then you begin to raise the price and you start getting some awesome customers that want their property pristine all year round. So your profit and your costs go up and you're able to spend more time on that property, which a lot of people, yeah, I'm gonna say it. I see a lot of videos, different people all across, the social media platforms. They cut grass. They got these big YouTube channels and stuff like that. They cutting these properties and then they leave and it's grass sitting in the concrete, in the driveway. The grass growing up. Even if you weeded it down, look, take the sprayer. But you know why people can't take that sprayer and do it? It's because they trying to do this right here. They trying to focus on that number and they trying to focus on this number right here, 85 clients and $160,000 plus for a one-man show. They trying to focus on that. So guess what? You say something about spraying the weeds and the cracks, they ain't got time for it. Guess what? Kingdom Lawn Care got time. Kingdom Lawn Care gonna make sure that yard done and it's done right. Okay, so your time, listen. It's one thing in this world that you could give and that you can't never take back. And that's time. Time is very vital. You could give love, somebody could love you back. You could give money, somebody could give you some money back. You could give all these things and you can get this stuff back. But time is something that you can give and you'll never ever get back. So if you give all your time to this money because you worried about this number down here, you losing in the end. Who losing? Your family. You know, your kid, if you got kids. If you ain't got kids, if you ain't got a family, guess what? A peace of mind. It's something that you would like to do. It's something that you would enjoy doing. For me, it's fishing. For me, it's being with my wife. For me, it's like today, going down to the schoolhouse with my son, you know, doing different things like that. It's always something that we could do that'll help us and make us feel good about where we are. But if we don't have no time to do that because all we focus on is a number, now let me pause and let me back up. Because if you trying to get somewhere and you trying to clear some stuff up, that's one thing. But if you established and all you doing is chasing that money, you leaving all this stuff behind. And this is the whole point of this video. When you begin to chase all that money and all these clients, you start losing quality. You start losing cost and you start losing time. And when you lose those things, I promise you, you'll find your world in a world of mess. And guess what's going to happen? John Lawn Care it's going to go right back down to poop. John Lawn Care going to go right back to poop. Because the quality, if you ain't got the quality, if you trying to chase all that and you worry about nothing but the money, you're going to have people that's unhappy. Your cost and your profit, everything going to start going down, going to start just dwindling down. Your time, you're going to start losing time because you ain't going to have time for all this stuff. And guess what they going to do? They going to get on Google or wherever else, and they going to start searching lawn care near me. And they going to start finding somebody. And I'm going to tell you right now, when they find this man here, that man there ain't for the long haul. That man in it for the long haul. But this man here, that man is just chasing that money. The first job opportunity to come and that'll offer him a lot of money, he'll dip. He'll leave all this behind. Because, see, this don't mean nothing to him no more because it was all about that dollar sign. It was all about the customer. Now, you run your business however you want to run it. But Professor Jarvis just want to show you what it could be if you get caught up on the dollar signs. Listen, now this is a whole different guy that you see out cutting the grass. I don't cut grass. I just teach the class. Y'all take care. Kingdom Lawn Care, we out.